Indeed.
But, as far as you guys as like a brand, like you guys have a lot of people representing Easton, like a bajillion people. Like probably when I think like, as far as like, people who use a specific product, I think Easton is like the number one. Like it's the most saturated as far as like brand goes, in my opinion, within the archery. From what I see, everybody has an Easton arrow, right? Obviously you guys got your competitor Victory, but Easton has got a lot of people supporting the brand, from the target side to the bow hunting side to the casual shooters in schools. I mean, like 4-H programs, Easton's kind of everywhere. And I'm sure you guys have a lot of people that reach out to you that are like, what can I do?
All the time. And, and I like it. And it's one of those things where, sorry, there's a phone call. I don't know who that is, but, it's one of those things. Oh man, I get so many of them. It's ridiculous.
Me too.
Everyone wants to, support your brand and get some free stuff and, in exchange for that. And I try and tie them all back to a dealer. That's like the number one thing I try and do. And the reason why is you're trying to look at what kind of sales can they provide? How can they promote that dealer? And so I manage all the target staff at Easton, and I help manage, or help handle some of the hunting staff and the media staff is what we call it, and help run social media. There's a couple of folks that are in there behind the scenes with me as well on that, and a lot of it is tying them back to a dealer to show that they can move, product or influence a sale in a sense, and not influencing like, hey, you need to go out and buy these. Right. It's kind of like relaying our marketing agendas, our focuses, and what we're working on. Like kind of we're all trying to get everybody on the boat together, and Gary and Tyson and Aaron, they're all the captain of that ship, and they're just driving that ship, where it needs to be at. And but there's a lot of people that reach out, but you can't have everybody either. Right. That's the other thing is people. And it's not easy telling someone no, but the thing of it is, it's like, man, dude, you do great work, but like we're like full at the moment. What I'd love to do is, let's call up a dealer and see if we can get you, let's see if we can get them a credit or something on some product. But your goal is, to promote Easton in a sense, but really promote that dealer on like where you get your stuff at.
Right.
That's what I really like to do is, build up those shops and like let them know like, hey, we're not just trying to go out there and steal everybody and, do this stuff. But there's a lot of good people that know how to work a camera, take good photos. And dude, we got terabytes, like good gracious, so many photos that we don't get to use and stuff like that. And so we get a little bit, we can be picky and choosy is what I like to do.
Yeah, I think it's good. I mean, you have good people representing what you guys do from all levels, I think, too.
The other thing is time management. How much time are you going to spend contacting these guys and letting them know? And, I mean, it's like that's the number one thing Gary tells me. You bring that person on, yeah. How much time are you going to have to spend with them, though, to get them on with our marketing program and, let them know, putting orders in for them and stuff like that, requesting deliverables and building out that contract or that media agreement. And like at first I was like, oh, it's nothing, man. And now looking back, it's like, Jesus, like I got a freaking football team here I'm trying to manage. Like,
and you got to talk
players.
To every single one, one-on-one, and spend that. Yeah, that's a lot, man.
You're trying to get everything you can out of it, and at the end of the day, too, is it worth their time? If I'm not able to contact that person once or twice a month, could they be a better, creator, or could they really grow the industry in another way, and not just use your product, just do it in a different fashion. So,
I agree, man. That's a lot to consider. And I think a lot of people don't consider that whenever they, they don't look at the big picture of things. It's, it's like, I do a good job on here. And it's like, well, where does it go from here?
Yeah. A lot of it really comes down to like the target staff too is, man, I get requests every day, and it's not just domestic, it's international too. And, everyone, and man, I get it from parents. Like if any parents are listening to this, I would tell you the number one thing I would tell you, if your kid's a good shooter, continue doing what they're doing. Don't sit there and try and pressure them into getting, a couple of arrows, or a discount on arrows or anything like that. Go find a shop, support them, really blow that shop up, and then go crush whatever tournament circuit they're on, whether it's ASA, IBO, NFA, whatever it might be, USAT, and have them go win some big national tournaments in their age group, and then continue on and then continue to keep growing. And when they become a young adult, the best advice I ever got was from Steve. He says, if I want you to shoot Easton, I'll come to you, and that's from the target side. But then there's a couple of, diamonds in the rough that I reach out and you look into me like, dang, you're a stud. Like, yeah, come on, let's go. Yeah. Let's work on something together. And, but now from the creator side is, I would tell people not to necessarily focus on, don't grow a fake profile. Like if you grow a fake profile, I don't even want to work with you.
What do you mean a fake profile?
Buying followers and bots and all that stuff.
God,
And just
not
like,
organic.
it's not organic. And the other thing is like, I'd rather have an account with 1,000 followers who gets really good engagement with those 1,000 people and takes really good photos and videos that we can use and collaborate on together, than someone that's got like 50 or 60,000 followers with it's full of bots and you get 80 likes on a photo.
I have noticed some of those.
Yeah. And you know, and I kind of feel for them bad on the flip side because they're just looking for so much validity in their life. They're missing something somewhere, and you know,
is what it is, man. Everyone wants to be in that industry at this point. It's cutthroat. I mean, if that's your only source of income, good luck, my friend.
I wouldn't let it be.
No, dude. So I mean, either like I look at it for like it's part of what we do as a shop, right? Mm-hmm. Like it's critical. I think
it's a piece of the puzzle.
It's a piece of the puzzle, man. It's just part of it. And it's for us, it's a very small portion of it. There's so many other things that go on. And, you know, the thing that is frustrating with like social media and creating that content is it's infinite. It never ends. There's no end in sight.
Nope.
You got to continue to create and come up with ideas. And, you know, I noticed some of our best work gets the worst,
Dude.
the worst, like,
you don't know how many people say
engagement.
that. People say that like some of the things the thing that works the best is something that I would have never put up.
Yep.
You know, the video that I think is going to blow and suck is going to be the one that's going to go viral.
So it's important to me we represent our brands very well, right? Very high quality media. Yeah. Like it's the production value. It's wrapped up nice and tidy and it represents our brands well. Yes. That's important to me, right? I've always felt that way. That's why I've always hated third party stuff like Amazon, eBay. I hate it. And because it doesn't represent a brand well. It's just a quick way to get product, and I just don't think it does a good job, right? Not everyone agrees with that. You know, that's why we've spent all of our time building this e-commerce platform and this ecosystem in order to represent in all capacities, right? From our product layout on our website to our email marketing to, you know, our social media presence to our YouTube videos. Like I've invested heavily in like camera equipment, and, like video and editing and stuff like that. And it's been important to me. And I've come to find out it's not necessarily important to everyone else. A lot of people are self-shooting on phones and stuff, and they do very, very well. But I'll live and die on the hill of, quality is important to me. It is.
It's the trimmings, man. You know, when it comes in, people eat that stuff. You know, I didn't really look into it as much prior to when I got to Easton, and then when I really started deep diving, like what's our brand? You know, what's the kind of
brand representation?
The quality of content that's being out there, and we have these like objectives and goals every year, and everyone's different with these objectives, but it's a top 5. You know, my top 5 is like delivering higher quality content.
Yes.
You know, that's one of the objectives, and we got this new guy at Easton, man. His name's Nick. He's like our new video guy, photography editing guy. Bro, he's a beast. Oh my gosh, he's so sharp. And the thing of it is he's not even from the archery industry.
That's probably smart.
Well, we get a whole different lens from him, and it's like I get to marry my lens up with him now, and like, hey, like this is kind of where, like this is the paradigm of where this shift happens. You know, with what you're doing and where this industry is, and. Man, he's aggressive. And
is he a full-time guy?
Yeah, he's in-house.
Yeah. Dude, so I was just watching some stuff, some clips on social media stuff, and just information about it. And they're saying like the best investment a brand can have is you don't outsource anything anymore. The day of outsourcing is like dead. From what you can outsource some things, right?
The gig economy went by quick is what I'd like to say.
Oh, dude, like you have to have somebody that's in-house that believes in what you're doing and understands your brand and is willing to ride with you and create and build, because an outsourced marketing agency doesn't give a crap, dude. They've got how many other clients in different industries. They don't fully understand your industry and your business and your goals.
I agree to that to an extent. We do have some third party stuff that we use, but these guys we've been using for decades, you know, and
there's a relationship built.
100%.
So I outsource some things, right? Like web development. I have a web developer, stuff like that. But when it comes to marketing, I do all of it in-house.
That's how we are. We got a marketing director, VP of marketing, me, promotions manager,
in order,
graphics
because
designer.
when there's a disconnect from marketing and then your the ownership and all these different, there's a disconnect. There's not a constant
tie it all together.
There's a disconnect, and there's always you miss. I feel like, and I feel like having it in house, while it is an investment,
I agree.
It's a good investment, and you have to think long term with this. I mean,
yeah, it's not a short term play.
It's not, man. It's business is infinite. Like it's constantly growing and evolving, and you got to have a good team in your corner in order to move the needle forward. And it does not come fast.
Completely agree.
It's a slow.
It's a marathon, man. It's an ultra marathon.
It's an ultra. It is an ultra, dude.
Yep.